I'm here in spirit. I got mm, dude, yeah, I got weird bye, yeah. Dude, I got weird back and forth things today. So, like, for the last, I guess since the beginning of the year, I would say, I think I've been briefly, like, mentioning on the podcast on and off, but, like, there's a bunch of stuff I'm doing in the background. So, like, I got a little cafe that I've started, and then, like, I'm doubling down on YouTube stuff to actually, like, try to get monetized there and what have you. But doing so many things. My God, dude, what is free time? What happened to my to my fucking free
Well,
time,
you
dude?
don't get it when you have stuff to do. You don't get free time.
Oh, dude, it's god awful. I mean, it's fun. It's rewarding, I should say, because I'm like, oh, this is grand. I can still like, there is still time to like hang with the boys. There's still time to like jump on a podcast. Would never miss that. But then
Hmm.
there's also like, I'll get home after work and I'm like, oh, I need to write like this script. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to record the video tomorrow. And I also have
Yeah.
to work a 9 to 5. So, like that stuff's kind of annoying, but I'm seeing I guess the results of my efforts. I'm like 100 hours away from entering the partnership program,
Ooh. Of
which is
just straight watch hours.
yeah, straight watch hours.
So
I've got the subs ready.
does
Go on.
that so I haven't looked at our YouTube channel
Go on.
specifically about watch hours. Is it's hours per a specific amount of time, not total hours, right?
It's hours per 365 days, basically.
Oh, hours per
So
year. Okay.
per year. Well, kind of, yeah.
Oh,
They
well,
say
whatever the last
365.
365 period is, but like when
Yeah,
does
yeah.
that start and end? I guess
It
it's like a
starts.
shifting window, right? So like
Yes,
one day
exactly.
will drop off when the next day pops up. So
Exactly. And it does it in a weird way as well. So like I think it's like 5 days-ish delayed because currently I know the hours I have logged is something like I don't know, 2,800 and something and change,
yes.
But if you click on the eligibility page, it will be like, oh, as of October the 12th, 2025, you have this many watch hours. And I'm like, brother, that's a week ago. Where are the rest of
Hmm.
my watch hours? It's like that a lot. But yeah, I'm almost in the. I guess there's like they made a new like two-prong system where it's like you get 3,000 watch hours first, and then you can join like the membership program, and you can start earning. You gain like access to tools and support systems and such. And then once you have like 4,000 watch hours, that's when you get like full monetization. You can like gain money via AdSense and stuff like that.
Okay. Interesting.
I think it's a good. It's a fine system. I think doing like long form content does make sense. Um, there is a thing. There's a community I joined on Reddit, and it's like a lot of like small creators, just like giving advice, helping each other out. And I realized because I've worked in the industry for so long, I have like secret knowledge, or what feels like secret knowledge. And it'll be little things like creators will be like, "Oh man, do you know what? I've just started YouTube like 2 weeks ago, and I made this video, and I'm only doing short form videos, and I made a video, and it got I don't know, 30,000 views. Is that good?" And everyone's like, "I mean,
30,000 views for a 2 week old YouTube? That's
yeah,
insane.
that's really really good." Oh, it's because it's like short forms. Short forms are broken
Okay.
good.
Yeah,
Mm,
I've definitely seen
yeah.
stuff where like you just like content dump short forms and then it's like
Oh yeah.
you get hits just because people like flick through it.
Yep. Yep.
Like
And
it
they've changed the way
is
it's
it one of
counted
those
as well.
cases like where it'll be like here's the video it's got 30,000 views but like there's like no
Yeah.
comments because like people watch like the
Yes.
first 3 seconds and
Yes.
then that's it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
basically. Do you know what's bad about shorts as well? So for anyone who's like an aspiring creator and you're looking at making like going into YouTube and stuff, the what do you call it? The the eligibility criteria to get monetized by just making shorts is the most disgusting thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Oh, it's like
You
you need like millions of views, like I think it's like 3 million views or something.
okay, you're right. Yeah. So there's it's similar to long form content where it's like watch hours. So long form content is like you need 3,000 watch hours, and then after that you need 4,000 watch hours. Continuing on, so you need plus 1,000 watch hours, and then you're fully monetized. If you're going the shorts way, in 90 days, that's 90. In 90 days, you need to have
3
million
million
views.
views. Yeah. So
And then
3,000 watch hours and 3 million views.
Oh yeah, and the thing is, it refreshes every 90 days. So what happens is they go in 90 days you need 3 million views.
You
But
you're
then you scroll
2.9
down,
million. Fuck you.
yeah. No, then you scroll down, but to get like full monetized on shorts, you need 10 million views in
So
90 days.
here's the interesting thing, because I'm looking at like
Mm.
our YouTube page here,
Yeah.
just because I can see this, right?
Oh yeah.
So it says here there's like two earning sections, right?
Yes, there are.
There's the eligibility at the top that says like, you need 120, or sorry, not 120. You need 500 subscribers and 3 videos in the last 90 days, or
Oh yeah.
3,000 watch hours and 3 million views for shorts.
Shorts. Yeah.
But then there's like another eligibility milestone after that, which I'm not sure, because
Yes.
they don't differentiate any of them. It's like,
So like
YouTube
yeah, they've
Premium
not explained it.
or something.
They've like not explained it properly in the back end. What it is that so it used to be just one big monetization
Right.
policy of you need 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers. That's it, you're done. Have a good
Right.
day. They changed it. I don't know why they changed it, but the new changes they were like, okay, this might be too hard for people. So 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, that's still needed to get
Your
monetized
basic
basically.
monetization, yeah.
Yeah, the monetization we all know, which is like AdSense, money coming straight into your account after every month or however long it is. And they made a new little tier. And the
Yeah.
new tier is you only need 500 subscribers and like 3,000 watch hours, which is still like, a hefty amount of watch hours to have. But the point of this is that they go, once you've made that, we'll give you like access to like 1/3 of the things you would normally have access to if you had full monetization.
Right.
So it's
Okay.
like
So it's like half.
super,
It's like half monetization, right?
yeah, basically. You get like super
Oh,
chats
I
and you
see
can-
right here. It says
There you go, yeah.
you will receive 70% of net revenue, whereas the other one you'll receive everything.
Yeah. But it's 70% of like
Whatever
monthly
plays on your thing.
memberships
Yeah,
and yeah, like I don't think you don't really get ads on this one. You just get sort of like monthly membership money and
Yeah.
people can tip
Okay,
you
so,
and
like,
super likes and
Here's my thing, right? Like, who the fuck is paying monthly revenue to a YouTube channel? What the fuck? Like,
People are.
not to like shit on anyone who pays monthly
Yeah,
for like
yeah.
a YouTube channel, but like, dude, what? Like, fucking
for what?
Netflix and shit already cost so much money, and like you're like, yeah, dude, I'll pay like $15 a month to watch like some dipshit on YouTube. Like that, I don't know. You have to be like very invested in someone's content to be like, yeah, I want to see stuff like a week early or something. It's like, I've never understood that. Okay. That is the thing that I don't understand, right? Usually a lot of the times people are like, okay, you're going to get to watch a video a week early.
Yeah, I don't care.
And I'm like, who gives a fuck?
Who cares?
Who cares? Okay, I watch it a week earlier than it comes out.
Okay.
Cool. That just like, okay, I watched
Alright.
it a week earlier than it came out. Now what? Now I
what?
have to
Now
to
what?
wait a week anyway for the next thing to come out. So like, really, all I've done is I've shifted my watching a week earlier, but that doesn't actually do anything for me. Like, I don't see what the benefit of something like that is to me as a paying subscriber. Like, I can wait a week. Maybe I'm just that kind of person. I'm like patient. I'm like, oh, they're making a video. Cool. It'll come when it comes. Like, it's not like, I don't know. Maybe for me, there's never been anything in life where I'm like, I need to get this early, like a week early.
no.
Start, like, who gives a fuck? It'll come when it
Dude,
comes.
you're just like me. Like I'm the exact same way where I'm like so like when it comes to like this program as well, there's two ways of YouTubers will use it. And one way is that way. One way is like the lazy I think to be the laziest way, which is just like you can watch my things early. And I'm like, that's not worth me paying money just to watch your stuff.
I was gonna watch it anyway. Like, what do you mean?
Like something silly. But then there's the other way other like talents and like YouTubers will do. And I always find this approach a little better where they go, you're going to be put into, so you're giving me, I don't know, $10 a month, let's say. So they go,
Yeah.
we're now making membership only channel, which is like, it's on the same channel, but there are videos you can only access if you're a member. It's basically like Patreon, but
Sure. Yeah.
in baked into YouTube.
In
So there's
that case, I understand because
Wonderful.
there is some value there to where like you can't
Yes.
access it unless you pay.
Yes, I love that.
But
I've
I also
seen-
kind of hate paywalls for content like that. Like that stuff always feels dirty to me. I will if I ever ran anything where like, hey, I want you to pay me to do what I do. I just want you to pay me whatever you feel is okay for you, and I will
Yes.
continue
Yeah.
to operate at the same pace. Like
Oh yeah. I like that.
that's just because I don't feel like I don't like to have not to be beholden to a group of people who are paying me money, right? But it's just like I don't feel that it's like not ethical, right? But like I was doing this before you were paying me, and me getting paid should not change how I operate necessarily.
No, exactly.
The
No,
quality
100%,
might
yeah.
go up, but
It'll go up, but definitely. But generally, yeah, it's kind of going to be how it is, basically. I mean, it is interesting. I think looking at the way people do use the money they get through monetization, the ones that use it for like, oh, I'm gonna start making like content that's privated only to members, depending on like what type of content they're making and such. I really like that system because it will be like if you can't join the membership program for whatever reason, you're still getting my normal content. I'm still making my
Right.
normal content week by week. The members are just getting a little bit extra. I'm putting in more effort to give the members something a little bit more, an extra video a week, a live stream a week, something else that members have decided that they want.
they want,
basically.
yeah, sure. Yeah, like I think like if you look at like I'll bring up like Trash Taste for an example because this is like this is like the easiest way to compare it because people would know what I'm talking about. So they do like their big like specials thing. If you took something like that and put that behind a membership thing, I would understand then wanting to pay a membership if there was like
yeah.
an hour-long, well-produced special. But then on the other hand, if I'm a paying customer and I get that special and I'm like, that special's garbage, right? Like if whatever's delivered to me I feel like is not worth my money, then I feel bad about my subscription, right? So like it's kind of a weird double-edged sword in that way.
No, I get it. Yeah, no, I agree fully. I think for Trash Chase and like other like bigger YouTubers, I think they go down the path of like members only streams, and it feels more like a personal. You can talk to me kind of like a one-on-one.
You can be a
Yeah.
fucking parasocial Andy.
I mean, that's what they like, dude. I mean, it is a lot of it is living
that-
vicariously through people.
Yeah, that shit's weird. I'll
No,
never. I
I think we're very separated from it. I'm not entirely sure how separated you are from like a lot of the things in the space, but for me, for example, like I don't understand vlogs, so I wanted to. No, right? No.
Okay,
dude,
yeah, sure, yeah.
I'm being so fucking real. Like I don't understand vlogs, so I want to make vlogs. I want to make interesting like vlogs about me going to fun places and doing cool shit, right? And I'm like, I don't understand like what the fuck I'm doing here. Like I don't know how to drive this car. I know how to drive every other like aspect of YouTube. All the other like styles of videos, I get it. I don't
Yeah.
understand vlogs. And then like last week I was talking to a bunch of people who like watch vlogs and I was like, why the fuck do you watch vlogs? I don't understand. Like
What's wrong?
I need to...
What's wrong with you? Why are you like this?
Why are you broken? What's wrong with your brain? And why do you do that?
Just screaming in the backseat.
No, literally, dude. I
Why
was
can't
like-
you be normal?
Like, so I was like, why do you watch it? And then I was kind of right. A lot of it is you are experiencing the location through the eyes of someone else. And I was like, cool. And then another example was like they want to know what they want to know what to expect before they get there. So they want to watch someone go through the locations. When they get there, they know, okay, cool, I can go and do these things. And for some people, it's an element of like comfort where they're like, okay, I know, I now know I can go to, I don't know, Shibuya or whatever, and I can cross the road and take photos, and no one's gonna like, shout at me or whatever. Or I know I can.
In the case of Japan, I kind of can understand that because if you're coming to the country with no language ability, then it's like,
Yeah.
okay, well, at least I've seen a picture by picture tutorial of how to do
Yes.
something. So like
Yes.
I understand that aspect, but
No,
like
yeah, I get that.
I maybe it's because we live in Japan, so like we're not watching people who are doing Japan content as
It could be
vlogs
this,
because
yeah.
I'm like
Yeah.
I think not to bring up this week's fucking drama, but like
Oh my God, yeah, go
I
on,
mean
preach
if
to
we
me.
want to talk about it, I think it's
A
fucking
little
funny,
bit.
but
A little bit. It is funny.
like nobody who lives in Japan watches Japanese content creators.
No.
I think in general, like maybe you do because like they're your friend or you know them or like they're doing something. You're like, oh yeah, like I want to know about this so I can go there myself. Like maybe I trust their opinion because I know them.
Yeah.
So I'll look into what they said about it and whatever. Even though you could probably just ask them directly, like it wouldn't be that hard. So in regards to someone from like outside of the country coming in, I can understand that. But just like to people who like watch vlogs about like people's like daily life, like living in like California or some shit, and I'm just like, who the fuck cares?
doing here? Yeah,
Like
what are
who
you-
gives a
going on here?
shit?
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I never fully understand that, especially when it comes with like the London ones always confuse me, where it'll be like, "Hi guys, welcome. This is my 24 hours in London," and I'm like, "Okay, are they going to do something really interesting? Are they going to dive into like strange, like weird locations in London that I don't know?" And it's like, "We're starting the day with Greg's," and I'm like, "So we're not. So we're just doing just the most basic, just the most
Sure,
basic
yeah.
shit. Cool, you
Yeah.
know." But I don't know. In talking to people about vlogs, it seems like it is like a hold my hand, guide me through the prefecture thing, which I, in hearing the explanation, kind of understand. And I'm like, okay, cool. I get it a little bit more now. Like the why people are like interested in vlogs. Even like I'm looking in the comments, Dan the man with the pants was saying that main reason like they watch vlogs is too broke or too busy, which I completely get.
Yeah,
Like I get that.
that I can understand, right? Like, especially too if it's like even if it's like something that's like limited time and you're not gonna be there for that event, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
maybe there is some kind of event happening in Japan, you don't live here, or like maybe it's in like fucking Fukuoka or somewhere, and you're like, I can't go there that weekend, or whatever the situation may be, right? You're like, okay, like I want to see what it was about. Cool. I 100% understand that. But if
I
it's like
think
I'm
yeah.
watching this person's life on a weekly basis and like being like, yeah, man, I love it. I'm just like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
I'll never get that, especially when that's like their whole content, like their entire content is basically just
Yes.
here's my life this week. And I'm like, I don't think you're doing something interesting every week that you can put that out. But like every once in a while doing like a whole 24 hours in my life type thing, I get that. Once in a while, a little like day to day I'm living in Japan style blog. I'm like, cool, I understand that. I respect that content. It's pretty cool. Every week you're like, this is a week in my life. I'm like, I mean, bro, relax.
I
What are we
think
doing
more
here?
than anything, it's not even like that I'm like, oh, the person making this content is weird. It's like the parasocial aspect of it from the viewer side, if they're like keeping up regularly with a person every week, to me it's just really weird. Like
It is. It
I
is.
I barely care enough about my own fucking life that that I could not give a shit about someone else's, right? Like I don't need to keep up with someone else's life when I could
Oh, dude, yeah. I can like barely focus on my own currently, you know? Dude, fully. Did you see? Did you want to very quickly about, because we're talking about content stuff.
Yes.
Did you want to very quickly touch on the silly drama that
I
happened today that I found
mean,
very
it is
entertaining?
very funny,
It's
and
very
it is
funny.
definitely in this vein.
Mm,
But yeah, hang on. I just want to read chat a little bit here because there is
for it.
some stuff that brings.
There is some stuff
So
going
who
on,
is
yeah.
this? You do have to kind of remember that the stuff you might find boring, others would find interesting because they haven't been there before. There are plenty of tourist sites where I live that I totally ignore, yet tourists flock to them. No, I agree. Like that I
agree.
completely understand. I'm talking more about like the. Today, I woke up and I made a sandwich, and then I went to McDonald's for lunch at the local McDonald's in Japan, and they make a ebi burger, and it's just like, this is like the most rote shit. Like it's not even like I went to a special event
Yeah.
or a place. Like those kind of videos, I understand. It's like the daily living videos that I'm just like, I don't what.
Yeah, I think I'm really separated from it as well. I think the going to interesting area, doing interesting shit. I'm always about that. I love going to cool places and doing cool shit. I think as David was saying, when you get to the really sort of I don't want to say low effort, but to some extent it is kind of like low effort content of like I woke up and then I went to Matsuya. I got a gyu bowl. I'm like, this is I see that there is an audience for this content, which is kind of like a just I don't know. I'm just interested in like how a foreigner lives in Japan on a day-to-day basis. Like I
Right.
get there is like there's some kind of audience for that, but I find that it's just so maybe because I live in Japan, but I find it's just such easy content.
Mm.
I don't like the fact that it does as well as it does, if you know what I mean. Like I don't like the fact that people do in a sense flock to that style of content and it's very
Mm.
lowbrow, it feels very low effort. I don't like that. You know what I mean? I think that's probably for me personally, like watching the content as a viewer, I'm like, I don't like this content. I think that's the angle I'm looking at. I don't like it from a viewer because I'm like, I know what went into this content. I know behind the scenes, this is half a day of work, and it's just like, you know what I mean? I think that's
Mm.
my gripe on it.
Yeah.
Probably because I know the content. I guess if it was a country I'd never been to, maybe I don't know, a day in my life in Switzerland, and they're going to places in Switzerland. Maybe if I saw that, I'd be like, okay, this is like things I've never seen before, so it's really interesting. But for those living in Switzerland, for them, it might be this is lowbrow, boring content that like
But
is easy to make. But
here's
I
the
think
weird
that's the
thing
angle that
though,
changes
yeah,
everything.
is that like
Mhm.
if you are going to Switzerland and you're like,
Yeah.
okay, I want to look up some videos about Switzerland, you'd look up
Mm,
like 5 videos about Switzerland and then that would be
mm.
it. You wouldn't
Yeah, totally.
routinely look up things about Switzerland every single week and follow
This is
someone's
true.
life. Where
Yeah, that's true.
I feel like a lot of people they just like watch shit that happens in Japan like religiously, and I'm like, I
Yeah, yeah,
what is it about this fucking country? Like obviously like I live here and you live
yeah.
here, so like there's some reason why we fucking came here, but
Mm.
it's just really like the fanaticism for this country is so weird because like are there people who are like I don't know, fucking like Germanaboos or
Oh,
French like there have to be those people, right?
yes,
Like they have to
yes,
exist.
yes. They exist. They exist. They exist everywhere.
But like
It's
I've never met one, so it's like weird. Like I've never met someone and been like they've been like, hey, yeah, so do you want to talk about Germany for like 50 hours straight, and I'll tell you
dude, no,
everything that's good about Germany,
no,
unless they're a
dude,
white
yeah.
supremacist, and then that's like a
Oof,
different thing
oof.
entirely.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah, yeah. Fuck. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, dude, it exists. It's very interesting. I think Japan, we probably just see Japan stuff more just because we live in Japan. We get more Japan content on like our feeds,
yeah,
whatever.
that's
But
true.
that exists for every country. It's so fucking interesting. Like, I have met people in Japan.
Hmm.
They speak like only Japanese. Like Japan's like their thing,
Yeah.
but they are just like fascinated by England. Just like they hear I'm from England and they're like, "What the
Oh my god.
England? Oh, is Big
Dun,
Ben
dun,
real?"
dun,
Like,
dun, 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 dun. Just starts playing in the background.
like, "Oh, do you sing Old Britannia every morning?" And I'm like, "How did you know?" Like, it's
It's my alarm clock.
how did you know, sir? But no, it's
Sun
true.
never
I think
sets,
every
motherfucker.
stop it. But no, every country has it. Every country has that like that sector of people that are just obsessed with it.
Mm.
And I think when it comes to Japan, Japan's a really interesting one because because we live in the country, I think we're seeing it a lot more, and we've seen like that slow build up in Japan, and the
Mm.
popularity does sort of ebb and sort of wane a lot. But I think currently we're in a very interesting situation where the yen's really cheap. A lot of people like see Japan as like that far off country I'll never get to visit. But the yen being cheap, flights being like more accessible now, I think a lot of people are taking that chance to come and finally visit Japan.
Mm.
We saw this like 10 years ago. I think when I was a student, same thing happened. Abenomics kicked in. He like destroyed the yen. The yen was worth like half. The spending power was the same, but like its value got cut in half. And we saw a big like flux of tourism coming that like around that time as well. I think we're just
Yeah.
experiencing that as well again. So there is like a resurgence in Japan content again, but a lot of it is like driven by people like interested in coming and seeing like Japan for themselves. Because for a lot of us, it's a country like we grew up with, or it's a country we grew up like hearing
Mhm.
about, but a place that I guess a lot of people didn't ever think they would go to. For me, I guess, I guess that's Switzerland for me, I would say. It's a country that I know it exists. I've heard about it, but I've heard it's fucking expensive. So I'm never gonna go there. But if their economy suddenly crashed, I would suddenly be like, oh my God, Swiss
Yeah.
is suddenly on the menu. You know? I think that's
Yep.
like a really big part of it. But yeah,
Yeah, it's weird
interesting.
because like I've never postured myself as being someone who's like that way about Japan. So
Yeah, yeah,
for
yeah.
me to see people who are like that and then wonder like, do these people exist like from in Asia about like Western
Yeah, yeah,
countries?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
They
Yeah,
do. I
yeah.
just must never interact with them because it's like, oh, the guy who loves French will hang around with other people who love French and
Yes.
talk French and whatever, and I'm like, I
Yeah,
I
basically.
don't parlez-vous the en français, so
I don't know, man. Baguette, potato
yeah,
soup. I don't know,
exactly.
man. Yeah, it is interesting. They do like sort of hang in circles, but those communities do very much exist.
Mm.
They borderline obsession at sometimes. Like you do find like really obsessive groups, like really like zeroed in on the country they're interested in. Like for the few times I've met people that really like England, they are like flabbergasted that I chose to leave England to come to
Right.
Japan. Like they're like, why would you leave? And I'm like, racism crazy back there, bro. Like, would
Mm.
you, bro? I had to get out. It's crazy, dude. Fuck. Brexit happened. What do you want from me?
Mm.
But very quickly, apparently there's a little bit of drama a few days ago.
This is a tiny little kerfuffle, you know.
It was
This is
described. Oh my god. She described it as creator on creator harassment.
yeah. Okay, so what are we talking about?
For those that don't know, a I guess a couple of days ago, maybe a little bit longer, a video was released by a creator called, I guess, Oriental Pearl. Crazy name. We're gonna get
We'll get
banned.
there.
That's an insane name. But yeah, name
Honestly,
is
like people
yes,
could flag the video for racial
yes,
epithets. Like
yes. You
that's
fucking
yeah.
could. It's insane.
Um,
What a fucking name.
but we'll get
White
there.
lady, yeah, white lady on the internet. Oriental Pearl is her
She's
name.
been around for forever too, like a long
Forever.
time.
I think I've blocked her on my other YouTube page just because like I was sick of seeing her content being like white woman speaks Japanese and everyone went wow and I was
Okay,
like fuck
we'll
off,
we'll
dude.
get to that. What
So okay, yeah,
happened though?
forgive me. Oriental Pearl made a video a couple days or weeks ago where she basically was doing the whole the very famous clickbaity thing in Japan of Japan is now bad because reasons enter here. And her reason was
Mm,
graffiti. She was like, look at all this graffiti that suddenly popped up and
yeah.
it was never there before and now it's here and that means Japan bad. So it was a very clickbaity Japan bad style video. Really like disingenuous arguments about how like these dirty areas of Japan are only dirty like now and they weren't before. They've been dirty since the 90s, guys. Chill. But uh
Have you
Chris,
seen Japan in like
other
the 70s? Holy
when that
fuck.
brother, when that bubble was bubbling, shit was messy.
No,
Shit
like
was messy. You crazy? Fuck me, dude.
when were the Olympics in like the 60s, like
Oh God.
1967, I think it was?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
64.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
64.
so no, so 67 was 64 was summer, but 67 was the Nagano winter ones. Oh my god, if you
Yes.
look at images of Tokyo in the 60s. Holy fuck. It is just the most garbage like it looks like 80s New York where it's just like
I'm
garbage in the streets like
wow, dude.
everywhere. So to be
Yeah, I'm
like
looking now.
Japan has fallen, there's a famichiki on the ground and maybe graffiti is like the most ridiculous like I don't know anything about Japan
Yeah.
like not knowing anything about history take
Fucking
I've
hell,
ever
dude.
seen. So it's like,
Oh, in my
okay, like
life.
man, you're dumb. You're just
But
dumb.
then our boy Chris jumped in. I know Chris. I've worked with Chris a lot. He's very much focused on showcasing interesting, unique parts of Japan. I've seen like behind the scenes a little bit how the sausage is made.
Mm.
And when it comes to creating content, he's very like fact focused. He's very focused on making sure the forefront of his arguments are grounded in, facts,
Something
basically.
you can refute, right? Like it's
Yes.
like here's why I say this.
Mm. And I respect that. I really like the way he makes videos, but I think he was getting really annoyed recently because the a lot of the videos that are currently being created by sort of like the low mid tier, sorry to say that, but like the low mid tier YouTube creators were all like um shitting on Japan for reasons that basically can be like diluted to Japan bad because foreigner, or I make lie about Japan because I want more clicks, you know?
I feel like I have been talking about this for like 2 fucking years.
We have been
being
yeah.
like the Japan slop garbage that people just post and say like this thing happens in like I think it was like maybe 2 episodes ago I talk about the fucking like hot rock in the fucking ramen and I'm like
hot rock in the ramen.
yeah, like but like that's exactly my point. Like this shit gets posted all the fucking time and like there is no one out there refuting any of this shit and it's like dude, like it's and it has got like
bad.
It's not like this like insidious creeping type of thing. It's like, wow, this has got significantly and visibly worse in the last like 2 years.
Yeah, easily. The thing is, well, do you know how I know it got bad as well? I think obviously growing my channel, trying to like actually turn YouTube into something a little more viable for myself. And you do get like frustrated. Like I'll be making, let me find like videos I've made, because I'll be getting situations where I'll be making videos like, oh, this is a video about like the history of like this thing, and I'll dive into a certain topic about like, I don't know, it's like its history and why it's done and yada blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
And it'll do fine. It'll do perfectly okay. It'll get the views and the comments and the interactions that I'm happy with, you know. And I'm like, this was grand. Good job, Jordan. You've created a nice evergreen style video about this topic. Well done. And then I'll be scrolling YouTube and I'll just see the most fucking bottom of the barrel, just the most nonsense content I've ever seen in my life. It'll be stuff like Shibuya banning foreigners because drugs. And you're like, what are you talking about? And it'll be like this whole video where someone is like just assuming that this may happen because a story was released 4 years ago about foreigner being arrested in Hachioji doing drugs. And you're like, this has nothing to do with any of the things you're talking about. And that is the content that's getting like a lot of clicks like now on YouTube. And you're in a situation where you're like, I could make some slop. I could sit down and make myself some slop content and get monetized in a week. It wouldn't be hard.
No.
You string together a couple slop words, you make a 10-minute video about Japan bad because reasons, boom, that's content. People are going to click on that shit, you know? And it's up to like, I think it's up to creators to, as Chris did, like call out people for making this slop, but also like, don't make the slop. Like, stop it. It's not only bad for like the creator space, it's also bad for your brand. If you're, I'm saying this as a person who works in the space. If you're a brand, if you're a creator who's seen to be constantly making like what amounts to slop, brands will just stop working with you. Like it'll take them a while to lock in, but eventually they'll just be like, well, we can't work this person because like there's too much controversy surrounding them, and we can't have our brand on a video, like advertise on a video that amounts to just like lies, you know?
Okay.
I think it's a massive problem in this space.
So her whole shtick or her whole thing was like it was almost like leaning on this like myth of like foreigner bad because more graffiti, so Japan is going down the drain. And it's like you have to make some fucking logical jumps there to come to that conclusion of like, okay, graffiti shows up. One must have been a foreigner. How the fuck do you know that? The wall near my house got graffitied like last week.
Yeah.
No fucking foreigner was doing that. I'm in like the middle of like suburbia Yokohama. No fucking foreigner lives here but me. Like come on.
I've been there.
Right? Like come on. Like who are you fucking joking? And then it's like, okay, where am I gonna film this? Let's go to Kabukicho, the most like dirty, disgusting, fucking like red light district ass place. It's like, of course there's gonna be graffiti. There's big graffiti there for like 30 fucking years. Like, dude, what are you talking about? Just because new graffiti shows up does not mean that graffiti hasn't been there.
Dude, I'm clicking through her video now. She starts the video like under a bridge in a random like kind of bordering residential area in Kabuki and being like, "Look, there's trash in trash collecting areas and there's graffitis on the walls and that's bad."
Have you
Look,
literally
look,
been to any underpass in Japan? It is
brother,
full of fucking graffiti. What are you talking about?
are you riding the trains with your eyes closed? Like what the fuck, dude? Like, what
It's
are
like-
you doing? You fucking idiot. It's oh my god, dude, it's so funny. She's like, "Look, there's an abandoned building here, boarded up. Graffiti is on the boards." Oh, no.
Man, there's
No.
gonna be more abandoned buildings than people pretty fucking soon. Like that's
Dude,
not.
yeah.
There are serious issues with this country that have nothing to do with like. It's such a weird like just logical leap, right? Like it makes you think about it for longer than like 10 seconds and it makes no sense.
Oh, 0 cents, dude. Like it is one of the most ridiculous videos I've seen. I tried not to watch the video until like this episode. I didn't know if I'm going to talk about it or not, but I didn't want to give the video like more views than it needed,
Right.
basically. But I did find Chris's comment on the video. So the entire video amounts to that. It's 50 minutes of her basically going, "What's happening to Japan? Look, all the
This
graffiti."
country I know, oh, it's the country I love, but all this graffiti, it's like okay.
Do you know the one thing she showed in this video where I was like, this is the most bullshit, disingenuous thing I've ever seen in my entire fucking life, and you should feel disgusted for even making this video. So there's a point in this video where she's in, I believe she's near Miyashita Park.
Miyashita Park, yeah, in
She's near Miyashita
Shibuya.
Park.
Yeah.
In Shibuya, and there is a very famous location in Miyashita Park. You go underneath the bridge that connects you from one side of the station to the other, and there's like a big sort of metal, like an access panel, I would say. This access panel, if you go into the video, it's like 5 minutes into the video. So this access panel has been there since I was a student back in fucking 2000, whatever, like 10 years ago, okay? I remember seeing this access panel covered in stickers. Covered in stickers. It's always been covered in stickers. And then every once in a while, the stickers get like hosed off, and then new stickers once again like get stuck onto this panel. And they're stuck there because like one, it's easy to get them off. It's on like a metal panel. You can just basically scrape them off. It's not touching any of the walls. The entire
This is at
building is free of stickers.
5 minutes.
5 minutes. 5 minutes in the video, you'll see it. And you'll know exactly what I'm talking about because like it's so famous. Like it's a place that it's been done for like years at this stage. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, she's on this video and she's like, "Oh my god, this is so terrible. Like, oh, this would never happen if this couldn't be Japanese people." You zoom in, it's mostly Japanese brands. Like it's Japanese stores in the
Oh,
area.
this is
It's like-
across from the fucking Louis Vuitton at the yeah, okay. Yeah.
There we
I know
go.
exactly where. Dude, this has
Right?
looked like this for like 10 fucking years. What are you talking about? Like
There we go.
consider this, yeah. So I'm looking at the video right now, right?
Agreed.
Where she's looking
Yeah.
across where the Louis Vuitton and the Gucci is.
Mm.
Do you know what was there before?
What was that before?
Fucking nothing. Literally nothing was there. It was a fucking bike parking lot.
Yeah.
If you lived in Tokyo fucking 10 years ago, you would know that on that street used to be a huge fucking bike parking lot because there's a section on that goes under the train tracks that comes out near the Tower Records, and that whole fucking train wall was graffiti. What are you
Yeah.
talking about?
Like the entire bridge, the whole train wall, all the
Yes.
posters around it. Like it was like constantly like changing graffiti as well. Like the graffiti would always change. Like all the time. It was so cool. Like it became just like a part of like Shibuya. So to be in Shibuya and to be like, "Oh, look at all this graffiti on the walls. Look at all these stickers." Like this has been there forever. Like this one of the so fucking dumb. One of these like graffiti thingies that she's going around being like, "Oh, this must be foreigners. This could only be foreigners." Brother, one of the graffiti thingies just says Sendai. Just
Yeah,
Sendai.
it's like it's just like,
Sendai.
dude, graffiti has been everywhere. It's not like it hasn't been. Like maybe there's more now, sure,
Sure, but
but
that's not because of an uptick in foreigners. That's
No.
just because
people are doing more graffiti, like because people have nothing to do. Because they're fucking poor and they want something to do, right?
Yeah.
Like it's like also like the weird like filming of like homeless people too is
I was
really
about
fucking
to
weird.
Say that.
Like-
yes,
What
the
is your
fuck is wrong with
what
you?
is your implication? One, like you're filming homeless people and being like, look at how bad it is. Look at this homeless
Dude,
man. It's-
she's filming like into their base like little areas as well. Like she's like shoving the cameras into like where they're sleeping, being like, look at this. I'm like, what's wrong with you, dude? You are disgusting.
it
Oh, this is fucked, dude. This is
Yeah.
like the most fucked video.
like,
Fuck me.
dude, homeless people have been around for fucking forever.
Oh yeah.
And it's not like this is a new thing, right?
No.
Like it's unfortunate, but the homeless people have been around forever. You cannot pretend to be like there was no homeless people before COVID, like before all these people. Like they've been here for fucking ever. If you lived where I lived in Yokohama. You would know that they're along the Surumigawa and along the Tamagawa rivers.
Yeah.
Along those are huge homeless like encampments, like along the river. Like in the trees, they built like their own like homeless like things. Like the fact that there are some people in Shibuya being homeless is like it's like nothing compared to like outside.
Exactly. No, yeah.
So like the fact that you're willing to go into Shibuya and like tape these like 4 or 5 people and being like, homelessness is so bad. It's like homelessness has been bad. It's been bad for so fucking long.
ages.
So
Literally for ages.
your point of like, oh, it's getting worse is like it's not.
It's not.
It's not. You
There-
just think it is, or you're presenting it that it's, you know, like there was no homelessness here before. It's been this way for a long
It's
time.
the second one. It's the second one. It's literally the second one. It's the she's just presenting it that way because
It's
that gets more
sensational,
clicks.
right? Because people are like, Japan is this utopia country where nothing ever goes wrong. And it's like, there's no homelessness. We've solved it. It's like fucking San Francisco Star Trek where like it's a utopia.
Basically. There are 3 comments I definitely want to highlight on this video. And like there are 2 that I'm going to highlight first. It's not Chris's comment. It's definitely on there as well.
She deleted Chris's comment on another video, but we'll talk about
did.
that.
She did. Yeah, we'll get there. So there are 3 comments I want to highlight real quick. So one was basically when the video was uploaded. So the video was loaded like on the 9th of October. So this comment was basically 8 days ago. So 2 days after the video was uploaded, before any of this stuff happened with Chris.
Yeah.
Comment reads, I have been living in Japan for 30 years now. I don't know if Japan is worse or not, but I don't feel it. Shibuya and Shinjuku have always been dirty places. 30 years ago, Shinjuku was much worse with homeless people.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Brother, what exactly? And then one more is like, I lived in Japan for 17 years, and honestly, it feels more or less exactly the same like it did in 2007. Yeah. Yeah, this is what I mean. People who've lived in Japan for long periods of time, for like more than 10 years, are like, what is she talking about? Nothing has changed. It's basically the same. If anything, it's a little bit better, you know? If anything, it's a little bit better. Like, what is going on here?
Oh, hang on. I can bring up. I'll bring it up in the browser view. Hang on. I'll just. I'll bring up these comments. Give me a second. But yeah, it's like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? Like, lady, come on. Like, who are you trying to fool?
Everyone.
Well, yeah, basically, I guess so.
Basically everyone,
right?
yeah.
Because like, do you think I'm dumb? Like, I don't understand. It's just like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about? Let me read this one because I think it's funny. I'll switch it over here. So, it reads, you picked like one tiny section of Japan to proceed to lecture on how bad it's getting. Girl, it's been like that for almost a decade or more. There's nothing new. Being there in 2010, 2017, and even now, it is probably worse back then. Her reply to that is, it's not a tiny section. This video was filmed from the south of the city by the Meguro River to Shinjuku.
No, it wasn't, dude. Like,
let me just zip through this video, lady, because I see this doesn't look like See, here's the thing is that when you say you're somewhere and then I can look at the street signs and know you're not there,
brother,
then it's like okay, you know, and it's like again it's like, so we're a minute in, you're on the same house that's been graffitied. This is this says Uemeguro. So on
Yep.
the thing, so it's in Meguro. Okay, Meguro's still in Tokyo.
Yeah.
It's not like Meguro is far away from Shinjuku or Shibuya.
It's a what 30-minute walk maybe.
And then
if that.
you're talking about like, there's graffiti everywhere and there's abandoned houses. Abandoned houses is a completely fucking different issue. If you knew anything
Yeah.
about why there are abandoned houses, you wouldn't put it in this video because you look dumb. Here's the underground, here's the parking that I was talking about that they've redone over with paint now because it used to be graffitied
Nice.
to hell and back.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's in Shibuya. This is also Shibuya because it's across from
Yeah.
Miyashita Park. Okay,
That's right below.
so
That's the path. Yeah. It's all Shibuya now basically.
this is Shibuya. This specifically, this area is Shinjuku because there's Kabukicho Tower. So okay, so you're saying it's all over the city. That's three
No.
fucking places of of Metro Tokyo. Three of the most populated, densely populated, and foot trafficked areas of Tokyo. Who are you? What are you talking about?
Dude. Oh, dude, if you scroll down to Chris's comment as well, just so we don't have to give her any more
Yeah.
views, Chris has a pretty fucking great comment on this video. He goes,
This one here.
yeah, it's like literally the top comment. He's just
This is the most ridiculous video I've seen in 13 years living in Japan. There's graffiti a decade ago. There's graffiti now. Kabukicho may be busier now, but it was far dirtier and more dangerous 10 years ago. It was far,
right, it
and it
was.
was even more dangerous and more dirty 10 years before that.
It was. My God, dude. Think as well, like
The actual
back in-
Yakuza were still there.
that was my exact point. Like 10 years ago, when I was like a student here, dude, that was dangerous. Like,
Dude, yeah, you would not be caught fucking dead in Kabukicho. Well, you might be caught dead in Kabukicho because you'd actually be dead. But
you might only be caught dead.
that's so I do have his other Twitter comment brought up because I think it just like it. This is one thing that I can say about Chris. I don't consume his content because I live here, so anything he's showing me I can just go find myself, right? Maybe I'd be like, "Oh, this looks cool," and I just turn off the video and just go, right? So like whatever.
Yeah.
But so he has a comment here on Reddit. So this is the first one that he put out. And it didn't even necessarily target her specifically, but he just commented on it because he had been sent all the stuff, right? So he says, the sensationalist Japan content is getting out of hand. A wall with some graffiti in Shibuya doesn't mean Japan is an end. There's graffiti in Shibuya 10 years ago. There's graffiti in Shibuya today. Nevertheless, after I complained about Oriental Pearl's most recent doom-mongering sensationalist video publicly, and yes, Oriental Pearl is the actual name. Oh, okay, we'll get to that name in a second. She's gone on the offensive despite knowing very little about her other than her first name is Oriental. She seems to know an awful lot about me. Turns out I'm a tyrant, a monster, an envious old fool who lives only to bask in her magnificent glory, apparently, as opposed to someone who's fed up with being sent her toxic YouTube videos, right? Because, like, I have to imagine, right? Because this goes back to the parasocial anti conversation we were having before, right? All those weird parasocial antis are going to be sending Chris this video or like asking him his opinion about shit, and like Chris doesn't have time for that stuff, and rightfully so is getting fucking annoyed when people keep sending him these fucking weird doom mongerings about Japan. Like when shit actually goes bad, you'll know. Like,
oh, dude, yeah.
This is like the most just milquetoast, like whatever fucking thing, right? So he's like, only then to tune in, find a girl trawling around the back streets of Shinjuku like a hungry raccoon looking for graffiti, intrigue, and trash cans to exploit. If you enjoy Oriented Pearl, allow me to recommend a few of her videos. And this is where he went in, because I was like, yeah, he right. If not, what is happening in Japan? Then certainly white girl speaks Japanese. Japanese people shock, surprise, amazement. There's also white girl speaks Japanese. You won't believe what the locals did next. And my personal favorite, Japanese react to white girl speaking Japanese. Sugoi incredible. I should add for clarity, impressively, these are genuine, actual videos on her channel, not me being sarcastic.
No, yeah, he is, dude. I was pacing myself for that because I was like, brother, you are saying what the majority of people who like live in the country and like are kind of like subjected to this content think, which is like, brother, this is the most bullshit level of like whatever content I've ever seen in my life. Like, bro, you've come to Japan, you've come like clear across the world, and the content you're making is I'm white and I speak your native language. it's giving Americans going to Native America and like fucking shit up.
You could
It's
say
not
it's
the
a little
best.
bit Orientalist.
Fuck off.
Just saying. Just saying. Maybe it's on brand, right?
Hold on, sir.
But like,
Oh my god.
could you imagine, right? Could you imagine the reverse of this? Like, Japanese man
Yeah.
goes to French and it's like, oh, bonjour! Japonais speaks France!
So good.
Sacre bleu, right? Like, it's like, okay, like, fucking, like, imagine, you can imagine that as like a video and you'd be like, what the
Oh, yeah.
fuck is this Like, this is so dumb.
Dude, all of this content, like her content, there's one other guy as well. I forget his name. And they do the same thing. White person go place X speak language. I call that content like Facebook mom content. It's content.
Oh,
like,
are you talking about,
right?
you're talking
Don't know
about,
his
like,
name.
there's a lot of them, but I think you're
There's a
probably
lot of
talking about Zhao Ma, the guy who speaks Chinese.
I don't know. Maybe does he only speak Chinese? The one I'm thinking of is like a white guy that speaks like a few.
He speaks
languages.
so Zhao Ma is weird because like he comes off as like a polyglot, right? Where like he speaks a
Yes.
lot of languages. But most people when they actually like analyze and speak the language that he's speaking in the thing, it's lots of like very like forced conversation and
Yes.
like he's like working people into a script because he only
yeah.
he's not actually studied the language for all that long, and it's like it becomes very obvious when you start to watch more of his videos, and it's kind of like feels like the same thing, just you just swap the language. Where I think
Yeah.
like he is legitimately like good at Chinese. That much I know.
Yes.
He's actually
Okay.
good at Chinese. But other languages he does, it's like yeah, it'd be like me going and like you know, go learn Spanish and then go to Mexico and be like, yay, okay,
Ooh,
like
what? Do you know, it reminds me of like I think when you first start learning like any language, especially when it comes to Japanese, you do find yourself being very good at doing what I call it like the script introduction of Japanese to people, where you're gonna have the exact same conversation with this person, with, like 100 different people. It's gonna be, hi, my name's this, I'm a student, I do this. Oh, coffee? Yes,
yes.
please. Yeah, like
It would
right?
literally be a video in English of like a Japanese man going to like New York and being like, "Hello, my name is Shinji. How are you?" And they're like,
Yeah.
"Yo, what's up, homie?" You'd be like, "I'm fine, thank you." And you? Like that would be the video, right?
Literally. No, yeah, literally. But because it's like languages that Westerners don't normally speak, everyone's like, "What? Fuck,
Yeah.
You see the one we spoke Arabic?" And it's like,
yeah.
yeah, all he said in Arabic was he wants like coffee, dude. Like, chill.
Yeah,
Like, it's not.
it's
not that deep.
it is very disingenuous. Like I want to see like there was a more there's a guy who was like actually autistic, but he was like a high functioning autistic. Like he didn't have any like the negative aspects of if you have like autism, where like maybe you're obsessed with something or you have like OCD. He's just like a regular dude and just happened to have autism. But his autism was about learning languages,
That's cool.
and he spoke like 7 languages like actually fluently.
That's insane.
And
What the fuck?
I think it was like a TV station in Reykjavik in Iceland. He like challenged them. He's like, I'll learn Icelandic in a week, and
Fucking hell.
I will go on to this TV show and do an entire interview in Icelandic. And he just did it in like a week. Right? But like when
shit.
you watch the interview, it's very clear he actually knows what he's doing because he doesn't stutter. He doesn't have to think about things. He's like, oh yeah, I speak Icelandic now.
You gave me a week.
You gave me a week.
He's basically Batman with prep time, but
Kind of,
languages.
yeah. But like that guy's like a savant, right? Where like
That's
these
cool.
people, like it's like, okay, you learned a language. It's like, yeah,
Chill.
of course. Like
Yeah.
it's really weird to always be like, people are surprised when you speak Japanese. It's like, man, people are fucking surprised here when you go konnichiwa in like the most
it's true.
Western ass accent, and they're like, suge, anata no nihongo mecha jozu desu ne. Like,
Jose.
right, yeah.
It reminds me of I think when I do get sent these videos of people being like, I speak Japanese, isn't that cool? I get people asking me like, why don't you make these styles of videos, and I'm like,
it's
because
garbage.
it's garbage, and it's also very like impersonal.
Mm.
The amount of times I've gone to like bars and restaurants and whatever, and I'm just like chatting with people, having a grand old time, to then whip out a camera and be like, no, 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 wait, 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 wait. Let's do the whole thing again, but this time say suge a little, a little more, so I can make a video out of it.
Mm.
Like, brother, just enjoy your interactions. I don't know. It feels weird, like shoving cameras in people's faces in Japan, being like, konnichiwa, kohi hitotsu onegai shimasu. Oh, Nihongo Jozu. Oh, thanks, man. Oh, ha, ha, ha. Clip that, clip that.
Yeah,
Chat,
yeah,
clip that. Like,
chat. That is very much what it feels like. Chat clip that. I think Julio in chat brings up a good point. Like, you don't know how much of that video has been like cut.
Dude.
So like when it's like, I didn't like the way that I said
Whatever, yeah.
whatever, ego
Watashi.
tabimas, right? Like I like whatever it is, it doesn't matter. But like you don't know how much of that has been cut and just like strung together. Like I mean, it would become more and more obvious if there's like 50 million cuts in a video. Then it'd be like, okay, sure. But
Also, Dan dived in with saying like they also usually incorrectly subtitle the other language in the video, which
that's
is true. I've seen
true.
that happen.
And
I've
like
seen that happen.
because you don't know the language, then you're gonna be you're just as lost as anyone else, right? But it's like when you are a speaker of that language, it becomes very obvious very quickly when you're like, that's not correct.
Correct. I did see
For
one in
sure.
Japanese where like I thought they were memeing because the translations were so bad. Like legit, I was like, oh, is it a meme? Is it a
It's
joke?
like a Filthy Frank video.
Legit, no legit.
like when he's talking about having dead bodies in his closet, and
dude,
he's just
yeah.
like, today we're gonna learn about how to say this in Japanese.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, great content, honestly. But no, the video is very clickbaity. Looking at her channel, like it's mostly just clickbait and stuff. It's very like nonsense content.
But that's what I
Even
mean. Like, there's no substance, right? It's just like
No.
I have to move on to do another video like that or do something sensational because I don't have anything else, right?
No,
like
of course not.
if I can't like do the Bikuri Nihongo, then it's like I don't have anything because like what's your skill? Are you working like a 9
no.
to 5 outside of YouTube? I assume not. You have
of course
1.7 million followers. Like at that point, YouTube's your job. So if if you need to keep that ball rolling, you have to do something. And if you were just like kind of genuinely making bad, like boring content, or things that aren't going to get hits anymore because people are kind of like tired of this shit, then what do? You just resort to.
It appears her new pivot is finding Hafu and being like, "You're my new
my God.
like thing." I know it's
Yeah.
so disingenuous, but like her new thing is now like finding Hafu and being like, "Go Hafu, speak Japanese on my behalf," and then people go, "That is, oh, you're actually Japanese." Like,
Yeah, like finding people who have lived here for a long time and being like, oh yeah, like now you just go, but I'm Japanese.
and
It's
then,
like,
"Oh,
okay, whatever. Like I mean, on the one hand, it's like the Japanese person who's like an actual, I mean, they're both Japanese people if they're half, but the person who is like visibly Japanese and like lives in Japan, like they're the fucking Yamato people, you know. It's like it looks bad on them because it's like, oh, I'm treating you like a foreigner. So like there's kind of that like weird angle too of like in this video, I specifically want you to look like the bad guy because you're unable at a glance to determine someone who may or may not be Japanese because you've never met them, you don't know them, you don't know what language they speak. And your intent with that video is, oh, I'm going to surprise them and make them look bad by not knowing that person is Japanese and treating them differently. Which is like, it's kind of, it's fucked on both ends because it makes that person look bad, but it also makes you look like an asshole because you're intentionally going out to find that reaction.
You are. Do you know how disingenuous? This is my last point. We'll wrap it up just on this topic. But do you know how disingenuous like that video is as well? Like it's I was like flicking, like glancing through it, and the entire thing is normally like, oh, we come to the video and we're speaking like English first or Japanese first or whatever, whatever the angle to be. But the
Right.
setup is always we're gonna make it so they are put in a situation, as you rightfully said, where the Japanese person is like, oh my God, whoa, white face person, actual Nihonjin, sugoi, you know. But in any situation I've been in, especially like the last couple years, that I've entered a situation and I'm speaking Japanese only because I'm with Japanese speakers or because I've entered a restaurant or whatever, and I'm speaking Japanese and I've not said a word in English, and I'm just existing in the language of the country. The amount of fucking people who like after the conversation sort of like boils down to like, whatever it is, they're always like, "Oh, you half Japanese, by the way?" That's always the question. The amount of
Mm.
fucking times I've been asked, "Oh, so you're half Japanese?" And I'm like, "Oh no, no, I'm actually from." And then I explain the origin. They go, "Oh, so you've just been studying?" I've just been studying. Like, oh, that's cool. 10 years ago or whatever, maybe because my language was bad, but I never had that. I never had people being like, "Oh, you half
Mm.
Japanese," or just be like, "Gamba studying" or whatever. Recently, it happens a lot more. It's a lot more sort of accepting of like Hafu people in Japan and stuff. Like there is a changing of like the times, I would say, where people are just like, yeah, half Japanese people exist,
Right.
whatever kind of thing.
But
That's more like, mm.
but if you're
So these
showing up
videos aren't
speaking English to another person,
right.
I'm going to assume that you're not from Japan.
Why would I assume you're? It's like if I'm in the UK and someone comes up to me speaking in French, I'm gonna be like, oh, this French person's fucking Frenching at me real Frenchly there,
Right.
and they're like, oh, actually, I'm only half French and half English. I was only speaking in French. I'm like, well, you fucking idiot. We're in England. What are you doing? What's wrong with you? Fucking dumb. It's like that.
Right.
You've set this
And then
person up for a
you're
gotcha.
trying to make me look like the bad guy for assuming that you're
Right?
from the country of the language that you're speaking. It's
You're
like,
fucking speaking.
yeah,
Fuck me,
like if
dude.
if a fucking like Chinese guy shows up, I don't just be like, ah, that guy must be, English.
Gotta be
He must
English.
be American.
Gotta
Right?
be
Like,
American.
no, of course fucking not. Like you
Yeah.
it's very dumb.
Oh, dude, fuck me, dude. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Yeah, her content's pretty shit. I'm glad that Chris did sort of call her out on the nonsense of her content
And to
because
be clear, it's not just her. There is
no, no,
so
no, no,
many
no,
people
no,
who
no,
do
no,
this
no, no.
garbage.
Oh no, dude. Yeah, it's bad. Let me type what's happening. Like, there's a lot of them. If you type in sort of like what's happening in Japan or is Japan going downhill or yada yada
Mm,
yada, like there is a lot of people like discussing how they believe Japan to be going like downhill. And then when you sort of like try to lock in what their exact points are, it's always like foreigner bad, and you're like,
yeah.
Okay, is that it? Like, is that what we're doing? That's okay, cool. I guess that's your entire sort of your entire point of the situation then. I guess we're done here. Everything wrong with Japanese society, new prime minister bad, all foreigners are leaving. Why are foreigners suddenly leaving Japan? Are we? I don't think we are.
Mm.
What is this? What are you talking about? Like, apps, a lot of nonsense. A lot of nonsense, honestly. Just trash content. Anyway, very upsetting. 7 million fucking dude, bro has 7 million fucking subscribers on YouTube, and he's talking about why foreigners aren't living in Japan or why foreigners are leaving Japan. Just absolute bottom tier content, honestly. Very shameful. Very shameful.
Mm.
Anyway,
I mean,
good job, Chris.
we could go on forever, but like
Yeah.
I'm specifically glad that he is calling out those people because he has a big enough base.
Yeah.
Whereas like you and me calling it out is kind of like, this is like a stone in the ocean, right? Like it's like
Yeah.
it's not very likely to be seen by that many people. But in his case, it's like, calling that kind of stuff out is necessary, I would say.
No, it is. It is. I agree.
Yeah.
100%. Want to talk a little politics to wrap it up? Or you wanna...
I think we should because we
Excellent.
talked about it last week and then we said
did.
we're going to do it next time and then that
We got to.
stuff happened. So like
Yeah.
it is, I mean, again, I put this disclaimer out. If you don't care about politics, like episode's done for you. Bye bye. Play the intro.
Oh, yeah, good
Bye bye. Play the outro. But
Yeah.
I think you should listen because this might actually weirdly ultimately affect you in some way, even as a tourist. So
eventually.
we'll see where the things go.
David, want to take it? Go for it.
So God, like what has happened in the last little bit? Okay, so originally there was a election for who was going to be the next, I guess, leader of the LDP after Ishiba stepped down. Correct me if I'm
Yes,
wrong. That
exactly.
was what was
You're right.
happening. Okay.
Yeah.
And there was kind of a little bit of a bunch of like front runners, like mostly 4 front runners. But at the end of the day, when the voting was all decided, I believe her name is Sanae
Sane Takaichi.
Takaichi. So Takaichi-san won over Koizumi. So
Koizumi.
I think we have to talk about Koizumi for a hot minute because people don't know about Koizumi.
Yeah.
He's a nepo baby politician where his dad was previously prime minister, and I guess like ultimately the reason he lost is, well, one, no one likes him really, but somehow he managed up in second place. But the reason I think in most cases why he ended up in second place was because he would be very easily corruptible or would just kind of be like a yes man for the other people around. But he did get caught in a botting scandal for things during his campaign, and that came out, and he's like, well, it was me, so I guess I gotta take the fall for it, even though it was like my PA or something. I don't know.
No.
But yeah, so he kind of got screwed over by himself, which is, I think, kind of the ultimate irony because he is kind of an idiot.
He's really bad. I think he left the cabinet. He's returned to like backbench politics now. It's funny as well. I think when they did have the whole the whole party presidential election, which is basically, to be clear, this is the internal election to decide who is going to be the head of the Liberal Democratic Party, not to decide the prime minister. So like Ishiba is eventually going to step down, and a new prime minister is going to take the place of Ishiba, and that will be the next leader of the Liberal Democratic Party. But so in a sense, in a roundabout way, this is choosing the next prime minister of Japan. But until October 21st, when sort of like the next round of like big elections take place, it hasn't been decided exactly if Sanae, who won the internal elections, will actually be the next prime minister.
Yeah.
But Koizumi did lose in a most fantastic way.
I do want to note, because I think it is really funny, is that like Koizumi, he has a way of not answering any kind of question, right?
Oh my god!
So it became like it literally became a meme where in Japan they started referring to the way that he answers questions as Shinjiro Kobun. So like or the Koizumi style sentence structure. So an example of a famous quote of a Shinjiro Koizumi quote is, "I believe we must not stay the way we are. That's exactly why we must not stay the way we are." Every day I want to eat steak, but that doesn't mean I eat steak every day. Snow is piling up, which means snow is falling.
Snow is falling.
Parental leave includes the word leave, but it is not a break at all.
But it's not a break at all.
Water and oil don't mix, but if you shake them, they become salad dressing. Like these are like, some of them are real, and some of them are parodies, but oh my god.
Dude, he has the most. I think because of that, if you are like a learner of Japanese, trying to listen to his answers to questions are the most brain-breaking things you'll hear in Japanese, because you're like, what did he just say?
Rain falls because it rains. Hunger is when you're hungry. Like he answers those kind of. What do you think about hunger? Well, hunger's when you're hungry. So
it's like it kind of reminds me a little bit of the American style like roundabout question answering. It's a little bit like that, only a lot worse.
Yeah.
I think especially when it comes to like Japanese politics. Well, I guess the way the Japanese language is structured, in American, like in English, you can do like whole roundabout answers where you speak for like 10 minutes and you've not actually answered the questions, but you've said enough things that people assume you've answered the questions. But like in Japanese, the way that this, especially the way that this guy was answering, he was trying to go for like, the quick, short answers, getting
Right.
straight to the point, very typical of like Japanese sort of leaders when it comes to internal house elections. But I don't think he was good at it. So all
I,
of his
I
quotes
believe
ended up like
I believe
this.
this is what you would call in English, it is what it is. Like that's his answer to everything. It is what it
Yeah,
is. He's
it is
just
what it
using
is.
different words to say it is what it is.
It is what it is. Dude, he was really bad. I think when it comes to the internal elections,
Hmm.
from what I've read, especially from like the people who are interested or who have become, I guess, more interested in politics in the last sort of a few weeks to few months,
Yeah.
people did assume that Koizumi would be the better option for about 2 weeks.
Right.
Like that's how bad it was. For about 2 weeks, they were like, "Oh, Koizumi, we know that name. We know we can trust this guy a little bit. He is going to be focusing more on like on the people." But then as soon as he started talking, he lost like a large sect of his, I guess his internal and external voting block.
Mm.
Um, and then when it came to, oh, what is it? Him being compared with Sanae,
Yeah.
people are basically saying like it's a choice between either a name everyone knows or a person that might have a plan.
Hmm.
And that was the choice. It was like this option of like name safety, like we know this guy, we know his
Yeah.
dad, or we vote for the person that no one that doesn't have a famous name in politics, but might have a plan.
Right.
And they decided might have a plan is better than guy whose name everyone knows. And for everyone else, it's like, yo, yeah, of course they did. That makes perfect sense. But you don't understand. In Japanese politics, that's fucking huge. That's huge. To like go off the name brand to like something completely different is crazy. Remember, the LDP stayed in power for like what 30, 40
30,
years,
30
50
years.
years even. Mm. Just on name recognition alone. Like the LDP's not done much. They've bundled most of the things, but people are scared to vote in a new party because they're like, we don't know what these guys are going to do. They have a resemblance of a plan, but we don't know if we can trust them. The LDP still has no plan, but we know their name.
Mm.
So they're like, cool, we'll just go LDP again. Like that's how they've held onto power for like so long. I mean, other reasons as well, but like that's like a big reason for it. So the fact that in this stage that people are like, do you know what? Fuck it, we gambling.
Yeah.
Fuck it, we roll the dice. It does mark a massive shift in like Japanese politics, dude. It's so interesting.
Right. So what ended up happening was
Mm,
he didn't win. Koizumi didn't win. Sanae
of course.
Takaichi won. Now,
Wait.
who the fuck is she? um. So she has been in politics for a long time, like a career politician.
Yeah,
Um, she's been in politics since '93, so that's a
yes.
long, long time.
I was like
Um,
one basically.
yeah, so she was a politician originally in the House of Representatives in 1993.
Yep.
The following year, she joined the Liberals Party. Liberals in Japan doesn't mean what you think it does, um, as evidenced by the Liberal Democratic Party,
Yeah.
who are not very liberal, but maybe more liberal
No.
than some others.
Very right wing.
Um,
But yeah.
skip to the Abe government. So, in the Abe government, she served as the Minister of State for Okinawa and the Northern Territories Affairs. So that means like Ainu people, Hokkaido,
Yeah. Yeah.
Okinawa,
Yeah.
etc. The Minister of State for Science and Technology Policy, the Minister of State for Innovation, the Minister of State for Youth Affairs and Gender Equality, and the Minister of
Mhm.
State for Food and Safety. All of this was
Insane.
in her time in the basically the LDP, Abe's party. Um, when Abe became the leader again in 2012, she was appointed to the party's Policy Research Council, which has a name so long in Japanese I don't even want to try to say it, but I'm going
Oh,
to anyway.
it's
It is called the do you want to
G.
try?
It's so long. I can kind of read the. It's like, if I can remember it, 住民諸島 fuck wait 住民首都政務庁部会長
Yeah, 住民首都政務庁堺庁. Which
Sakaicho.
there's lots of shoe and choose in there, which makes it very difficult for English speakers.
That's insane. I'll put it in the chat.
But so she represented them in the Policy Research Council. She was elected as the Minister of Internal Affairs and Communications on September 3rd. Just, you know, going back through her names and stuff. In 2021, she expressed her willingness to challenge Suga. So this is 2021. This is more recent. She wanted to challenge Suga for his presidency of the LDP. As we know, recently the LDP has not had a good go of it. They've been, you know, kind of on the decline.
Which is good. We need change.
So Suga, of course, himself supported her rival candidate, Taro Kono. And I guess a lot of people would attribute this to her being very, you know, hawkish on views of defense and diplomacy. Like she's often compared to Margaret Thatcher.
Yeah, she did. She did also come out and say that Margaret Thatcher is her favorite.
Maybe not the best thing to come out and say, because
I
don't think Margaret Thatcher is like super well respected as a politician.
She's not. She stole milk from children.
Well, you know, hey, what's a little milk? They do it at Blizzard. Why not here?
Fuck off.
But this all kind of leads up to now. So she was a contender when Kishida, the previous prime minister, became president. She was kind of like the front runner between Ishiba and Koizumi. Effectively, Ishiba won, and then now she has, following Ishiba's resignation, has become the LDP president. So what does that actually mean, Jordan? She's the LDP president, but in the grand scheme of things, what does that mean? You know more than I do.
Sorry, this is my thing. She's the LDP president, but it doesn't mean she's going to be the next prime minister. So there is going to be a completely separate election. So there's a lower House of Parliamentary election that selects the prime minister to replace Suda Ishiba on October the 21st. That Takaichi is likely to win. Like, she's probably going to win. But there is a few problems that may come up. So while she is the leader of the LDP, she does need to have a vote from the lower house to secure her placement to become the prime minister. However, what's the party called? Komeito have pulled their support from the LDP. Now, they have supported the LDP for 26
years.
Fucking years. 26 fucking years they have supported the LDP. They've pulled their coalition. That means the LDP may not have the votes they need to basically ratify Takaichi as the new prime minister of Japan. So once again, this election happens not for the people, it happens in the lower house of parliament. The issue is, if Komeito decide, actually, we don't want to vote, we don't want to ratify this vote for Takaichi, we want to vote for, I don't know, a rival party from another person or another guy from a different sect of the LDP, we could get into a situation where basically there is no leader for a set time. We'll have to have a snap election. You'll have to have another big general election in Japan to vote basically for an entirely new party, which would be insane. It would be cool. It'd be a great time for Japanese politics, but it's bad for the economy, basically. So yeah, that's kind of a situation. I think the biggest news to come out of this was the Komeito basically abandoning the LDP after 26 years. For those that don't know, the Komeito is basically, they have been the lapdogs of the LDP for the last 26 years because that one cult, is it
Sokogakkai? Yeah.
Basically created and backs the Komeito party.
Yes, they're literally a religious group organized as a political party, where it see, like, this is where I get really confused as to what people's morals are, which dealing with politicians, the morals basically don't exist, right? But like,
Yeah.
people were all in a tizzy about the Unification Church and their ties to politicians and blah blah blah
They
blah
were.
blah.
Yes.
But Soka Gakkai is literally a political party,
Yeah.
but nobody has
It
problems
is.
with it. So like is the cult in the room with us right now? Like what do you like
But
the fact that they would get mad, like, if anyone from Komeito was like, oh yeah, the Unification Church, that's a no-no. It's like, that is pot calling the kettle black and then slapping it in the ass. Like,
that's literally what you fuckers are doing. What are you talking about, right? What's very entertaining as well. So, Komito actually abandoning the LDP because of like I keep forgetting her name. Her name is so weird to remember. Because Takaichi's
Takaichi,
yeah. So Komito abandoning the LDP, there was various sort of speculations as to why, but I think the main and most obvious reason is because Koizumi didn't win the internal leadership election. Now, Takaichi isn't from a traditionally political household. She doesn't have roots in politics, as in her family weren't all politicians.
No.
She is the closest we can get to just a dude running in politics. Now, she is a career politician, but before she became a career politician, she was just a guy. No connections, she had hobbies, she's like worked jobs before. She's a politician how we would imagine politicians to be in the West, you know?
now
She just
here's
started doing it.
here's the issue though, is that Takaichi is also a member of Nippon
Yes.
Kaigi.
Yes, she is. Yes.
And if you don't know what Nippon Kaigi is, they are a far-right ultranationalist organization.
Yeah, dude, fucking see, there's no good option here. I think that's the issue.
No.
We don't have any good options. But the fact that she's a member of like Nippon Kaigi and not a member of like the whole Soko Gaigai church thing,
Yeah.
that's the reason for Komito sort of pulling their
Right.
support for the LDP.
Because despite being a cult, they are still more liberal than the ultranationalists.
They're all more liberal.
Because that
fucking
was like
cultures.
their most like their criticism was that she was too right leaning for them.
Yes.
Is
Too much of a war hawk. as
is
well. Yeah.
is what like their, I guess, like their public statement was that like
Yeah.
she was too right wing, or like not too right wing, but like too like hard stanced on certain
Yeah.
issues.
Yeah, because you're gonna remember like Takaichi is a member of Nippon Kaigai, but so was Ishiba. He's also a member.
yep.
Taro Aso,
Yep.
Abe was a member as
Yep.
well. Suga was a member too. Brother, like all of the
Oh,
the fucking
a lot
prime
of the
ministers-
right wing.
yeah, they've
people
all
are.
been members of Nippon Kaigai. The problem is she takes it a little bit too far. She's a little bit.
She's a little
too
bit.
right.
She's. It's interesting because where like I think Abe was more willing to go to bat and play with
Yep.
people as far as like negotiating. Like she
Yes.
seems to be, in regards to that, like a little bit more hardline.
Yeah, yeah, which is terrible because you got to remember, like, when you're looking at Japan as it stands at the moment, Japan has a lot of sort of connections to America, like politically
yes.
and also economically. There are a
Yes.
lot of connections there. Currently, the American economy is dog shit. A recession is pending. Sorry, America, your economy is going down. You pumped too much money into AI, and the AI bubble is currently bursting. Your economy is fried. If the American economy fries, the Japanese economy also takes a hit just because of how fucking linked the economies have become. You can't have Takaichi up on stage being like, fuck China, we're not going to like work with them. Brother, then who the fuck are you going to work with? Korea? Australia? Like, what do you mean? In this world where so many economies are so linked, like everything is kind of just connected. Japan cannot be an isolated nation. You don't have the manpower. You don't. You're not making enough things to do that. You need the connection. So for Japan to be like, yeah, we're gonna hire this new leader. We got this new prime minister who's like openly said like fuck China, basically. Brother, what are we doing? No. We need all the international connections you can get. You can quietly not like China. You can quietly do whatever the fuck you want. But openly on stage, you do need to soften your views on this stuff, like because you do need to keep these international links as friendly as possible. And I think there was, I did see she was kind of pivoting her views back to a more centralist position of
Mm.
like, no, no, what I mean is like people illegally living in Japan who doing bad things are bad internationally. You know, we can hold hands and be friendly.
Yeah, and well, it's like, but that that's a very Koizumiism, right? Because like,
It is. Yeah.
no one is going to argue with you that people who are doing illegal things should not be doing illegal things, right? Like,
There we go.
I don't think that that's like,
Right?
you know, a bridge too far to cross, but it's, but
Whoa,
it's,
whoa.
but it's like, it's when that rhetoric starts to like bleed a little bit bigger than what you've actually said where it becomes a problem.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I agree. That's when you start looking, you're like, okay. Because like I believe they've done the whole like Yasukuni shrine visits. That's very very popular with like Nippon Kaigi.
Yeah.
They all sort of do like the Yasukuni shrine visits, and it does always rub China the wrong way. Um, but I think the way that she has positioned herself or has always positioned herself as a far right ultra nationalist sort of member
Mm-hmm.
of parliament, it's going to be very difficult for her to then soften her stance and try to create a more like mainstream middle ground if she does want to be like the prime minister eventually. Because when you're the prime minister, you're not dealing with just your constituents, your people. You're dealing with
Right.
like people in the international space. You can't be an ultra right wing nationalist and talk to like some of these other more liberal nations and try to sort of form economic ties and connections when you go back home to Japan and you're like, get these immigrants out. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's not consistent of good economic, social policies and ties and such. I'm not a fan. Yeah, she's also like like even like social issues. She's very sort of right wing, I would say, opposed to like same sex marriage and such. Um, yeah, she's not the best. Not the
Yeah.
best,
Yeah,
but
like, like I'm just
mm,
reading here on her social issues. Opposes revising the imperial household to allow women to cede the chrysanthemum throne. That's weird.
mm,
Opposed to same-sex marriage, but it's also said that there's no prejudice against sexual orientation or gender identity. What is this from? This is from a 2023 article. So,
it's old, yeah.
it might have been walked back since then. Like, that's
Th- th-
old, right?
This is what I mean. Like a lot of her stuff is really old. It's from like 2020 before it's like 2023 tops.
2021, 2022,
Yeah,
2023, right?
exactly.
Like years before she's even
Oh
like
yeah.
gonna be close to running for prime minister, right? So it's like,
You'll mm, you'll find around like 2023, that's kind of when they start scrubbing statements. At 2 years ish before they want to start running, they'll start like scrubbing statements,
yeah,
like going back on things they've past said. I won't say going back, more like revising past statements and being like, maybe I did believe that, but now I feel these new reasons. And
or they realize that they have to play a different game now, right?
you do, yeah. You do have things. You do have to play a different game. Like, I'm in two minds about it though. My obviously like political brain of like I've studied this. I know that a lot of people will say what they have to say to get into power, but then I also know there are people that have generally changed. Like they do read, like I don't know, they'll read new studies, they'll see new information about whatever topic it is, and they'll decide actually, do you
Yeah,
know what? I believed this was X, and now I believe it's Y, and that's
right.
fine. People change. People get new information all the time,
Yeah,
but.
of course. Yeah, like it is a different situation when
Mm.
you are sitting there with the situation of becoming prime minister looming in the
Yeah.
very clear future, that
Mm, mm,
you are going to be willing to go to bat on certain things that are going to guarantee you a seat, because once you're in there, you're in there. You only need to make sure that you get in, right? So if you need to
yeah.
grease a palm or say whatever you need to say, or like, maybe this issue is less important to me than this issue, I can give you this as, kind of a consolation. Like, I'm willing to be flexible on this, so long as
Yeah.
that when I get in, I'm able to do something about another thing that I
Agreed.
want to do, right?
Agreed. I got a nice little question here. Dan asked, do you think that if she becomes the LDP leader or the prime minister, it could cause the LDP to lose big in the next general election? I think it's the opposite. I think it's the opposite. Um, me and David did discuss this like 2 weeks ago, like after the podcast, but we both agree that Japan just needs anyone with a solid plan, be it left, be it right, be it centrist. Japan is currently planless. They're just
It's
kind
just
of
stagnated, right?
mm, it's been stagnated for years. Everyone's kind of going with the flow. Like no one's trying to change anything because change is hard and scary and bad. I think the last person that tried to actively change shit was Abe, and, and that went about as well, as it could have gone. Um, Takaichi has come in and she does seem to have some kind of a plan. She has some kind of an idea of where she wants to take the country, and she has steps in order to kind of make that plan happen, or at least she's saying she does, and that's more than most have done in the past. From talking to people in like bars and restaurants and like significant others and stuff, people are kind of on board with it.
Hmm.
I'm not saying they fully support Takaichi. I'm not saying they're
Right.
like everything she's doing is great and we agree with her past statements, but they're like, oh, change, a plan,
Right.
some kind of roadmap.
This is a leader, or at least someone who is willing to do the hard things or try something out, and it's like, okay, if it doesn't work, then we'll do whatever, right? Like,
Yeah.
at least she is going into this election with the understanding of like things are not good and I need
Yeah.
to do something. Whatever that is, good or bad, it doesn't really matter. It's I need to do something.
Anything. Just
Which
something,
I can
you know?
appreciate, right? Because like you can't just show up for work and be like, "All right, business as usual, guys. We're just sinking in the ocean," right? Like it's
Just vibing, the last few politicians, sorry, I should say prime ministers. The last few prime ministers have been very, they reminded me of. So everyone's probably experienced this in every Japanese company. Sorry, everyone's experienced this if you've worked in a Japanese company. I said every Japanese company, there's that one guy who sits at his desk refreshing Yahoo News all day. That's all he does.
Yeah.
He refreshes Yahoo News. He clicks on, clicks off, opens his emails, 0 emails, clicks on, clicks off. There's always someone like that. And I think that's kind of like how a lot of the past prime ministers have been. It's just been status quo, click on, click off, do nothing, exist, vibe. And then the country, like, oh, why is the country bad? And it's like, well, sir, you've done nothing for the past 2.5 years. What do you,
right.
you know?
What do you expect? Do you just expect change to happen
No, they did.
because you thought about it?
No, yeah, that's what they expected. They expected change to somehow, just somehow happen. Work to just kind of be done with, So yeah, I think Takaichi coming to be the next prime minister will be interesting. I wouldn't say it wouldn't be bad for the LDP. I can't say it would be good for them, but it would be better than what they have currently. I think, and that's
So
that's
here's
definitely-
my question going forward, right?
we love questions. Go on.
Komeito has broken with the LDP.
They have, yeah.
So that puts Komeito in terms of representatives in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th place total.
Yep.
They're behind the Democratic Party for the People. Well, weirdly enough, Democratic Party for the People is conservative, but
Very conservative.
we'll ignore that for
We'll
now.
leave that, yeah.
So here's the thing, yeah, right? LDP currently has 196 seats in the House of Representatives, right? And their leader is Takaichi. The next group down is the CDP,
Yes.
Riken Minshito, which has 148. Now, do you think that it could be possible that the CDP, if aligned with Komeito instead, because as much as Komeito wants to work with the LDP to get things done, it may they're maybe not willing to compromise now with the LDP, but it's possible the CDP, who have never been in power, are maybe they're willing to bend a little bit to be like, hey, if you vote with us as a block, we'll give you this, and this, as long as you vote in mass in block with us. Now, an extra 24 is not going to put the CDP over the Liberal Democratic Party, but if they group up with like another group, it's
well, the DPP. So I think currently what's happening is that the LDP and Komeito was like separated completely. The
Right.
next one being the Constitutional Democratic Party of Japan, so the
Yeah,
CDP. Yeah, so they're actually currently actively seeking Komito support.
Right.
So Komito isn't going to the CDP to be like, hey, what do you think? CDP is going to Komito and being like, hey, now you guys are separated. What do you say? Do you want to like form a coalition and then try to like form a grand coalition that they did, I think like in the 90s or something, where they had like
Right.
multiple parties formed against the LDP? Do you want to do that again? So the only way to counter that would basically be for the LDP to talk to the Democratic Party for the People, the DPP,
Yeah.
to try to form some kind of a coalition. Before, I think October 10th ish onwards, yeah,
Yeah.
those talks were primed to happen. But then the DPP not randomly, but the DP decided, actually, we don't want to have talks with the LDP anymore. We're not going to talk with the LDP about forming a coalition. So currently, we are in a very interesting situation where in about 3 days, when the lower house vote actually happens, we might be in a situation where the DPP, CDP, and also Komito form some kind of a grand coalition of three parties.
trifecta.
No, yeah, oh, the fucking Triforce. It's been
Yep.
a while. To basically oust
By your
the-
powers combined.
Oh my god. I hope they bring swords in and put them together on a big
Yeah.
table. That'd be sick. But yeah, they might oust the LDP. We're not entirely sure currently what's happening behind closed doors, but I assume the LDP is like rushing to find like a party that can join them in a smaller coalition to actually get Takaichi to be the next leader of Japan. But
Right.
it's an uphill battle. There are enough parties that maybe they support the LDP, but generally, the vast majority of them want power for themselves. That's what politics is about, right? So it'll be interesting. It's going to be absolutely insane in a couple of days. Like
Yep.
seriously.
It will be interesting to see where the chips kind of fall. Like, are we gonna have another LDP government, but they're gonna be like weak? Because I feel like maybe I don't know enough about this, but I feel like on occasion the LDP does not vote in mass,
No,
and
they don't.
that in some cases there could be a situation where the other parties want to push something through, and it will get through because there are detractors in the LDP that are willing to vote for whatever it is against party lines because they feel like that is the correct thing to do.
No,
or
100%,
they
100%.
don't like Takaichi for whatever reason they have on a Tuesday or whatever, right?
Yeah,
like
no,
it's,
seriously. Well, you have internal party sex. Well, the LDP is so big now that it's always been pretty big. But there's like factions in the party. There was like the Abe faction,
which
the
is
Koizumi
what
faction,
which
you
is
know?
what Takaichi is in the Abe faction,
Yeah.
right? So
Abe
like
faction is one of the biggest factions, but still, like you do need like basically all the votes plus Kometo in order to sort of gain the majority that you need in the lower house in order to become like the prime minister.
right.
You know. So go on. You were saying.
So it could be a situation where those people who wanted Koizumi in might just, they might just flip.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Just
yeah.
maybe out of their want for things to be different, or maybe just out of spite. Like, we don't really know what their motivations are. So
Yeah, basically. It's funny as well. I think the leader of was it the CDP? That's it.
CDP, yeah.
The leader of the Democratic Party, the CDP. I forget his name. Tamaki. Tamaki.
Oh, you're thinking
Yeah,
of the you're thinking
Yuichiro
of the
Tamaki.
you're thinking of the DPP. Not
I'm
the
thinking
CDP.
of the D. Sorry, I'm thinking of the DPP.
Yeah.
Forgive me. The leader of the DPP has basically come out and said, like, he's prepared to serve as the prime minister if he has to.
Which is weird because like their party only has 27 representatives in the
Which makes
like,
right. It doesn't make sense. You wouldn't be the leader.
No,
You'd be the leader of the
if the-
biggest party of your
it
coalition.
would be
What the fuck
Yoshihiko
would you
Noda, who is
Yeah.
the CDP's leader.
do? Yep. Insane. The power grab is pretty insane. Like
Yeah.
it's gonna be
So
ridiculous.
it will be interesting to see what happens. Like, does she become prime minister, or do we go to another vote? And like, does that vote swing even harder now? Because the vote is going back to the public, or is this going to within the diet?
I think it gets kicked. It's been a while. Forgive me. The entire system's a little different than I'm used to, but I think it gets kicked back to the public. I think if no party can form a coalition government and there's no set leader,
Hmm.
the vote gets kicked back to the public. I think there's a snap election, and then you have to elect in an entirely new government. I
Right.
think that's kind of what
So then,
happens.
at that point, you have to look at it like, okay, now it's not Ishiba running in
No,
the LDP.
no, it
It's
would be
Takaichi.
Takaichi. Yeah.
So, what is her overall public like persona, and does that give or cost the LDP more if it goes
Honestly,
back?
dude, yeah, I think currently I want to say she's pretty popular. Yes, she is. I can find it. I know where to look. I found this before. So she has a 52%. Yeah, her was it the popularity poll was pretty good. I think
Mm,
between 18 and olders, she's got about a 42% rate of like positive outlook from that age range. I think generally people are pretty not happy, but they're glad to see like some kind of a change.
mm,
Um, People don't expect her to carry out reforms, but they do expect her to do like something.
right,
Um, but once again, it being Japan and it being sort of like what fucking 40 years of like the same, 36% of the population still think that no matter who becomes the leader, nothing's going to change. Like, they have no
right,
expectations for like anything basically. Which in that situation, you are going to have like a big swath of the population just voting for the LDP because fuck it, we've always voted for the LDP. I'll just vote for them again. Doesn't really matter. So that's gonna be a pretty large chunk of it. But because her overall popularity is pretty good, about 52% ish, I want to say. Yeah.
hmm,
Um, I think we could probably see them winning the general election if there is like a random snap election.
mm,
Yeah, respondents were asked to choose a potential coalition partner for the LDP from six options. 19% chose the Democratic Parties with the DPP, 12% chose the Innovation Party, 8% chose the Constitutional Party, and
yeah,
6% chose San Seto. Um, so the status quo has basically stayed the same. It's still LDP and then the DPP with the Constitutional Party sort of coming in afterwards.
mm,
Four parties that can work in coalition with the LDP.
right.
But no, apparently a large majority are still thinking that like a coalition isn't needed if there's a snap election and the LDP would still technically win, maybe. But then again, what people say to pollsters, and
Right,
what actually
yeah.
happens on election
Like,
day is very different.
yeah, it's like, you're only polling people who want to be polled, right? Like like
Exactly. Yeah.
it's an indication of something, but it's not
Mm.
a perfect picture, right?
We'll see. We got a lot of speculation coming out still. People are saying that, you know, she's somewhere anywhere between 43 to 52%
Yeah.
of the internal lower house vote in parliament. So it might be a situation where she does eke through a victory even without the Komito coalition. But
Right.
once again,
But if it's that case, it's going to be close,
oh, it's razor
which
thin.
makes the election in general kind of important,
Mm,
because if it is that close, that means there is a chance it is going to tip a different way
yeah,
and
yeah,
not go the way that she
100%.
wants it to.
Yeah, man, oh, dude, Japanese politics currently, my God,
I mean,
so
like,
entertaining.
this is kind of the most exciting it's been in Japanese politics for
Oh,
probably
for
30
ages.
years, because
Yeah,
I mean, it's
yeah.
kind of, with the LDP, it's been business as usual, but now it's definitely
Mm.
not business as usual, and we'll see what happens.
Dude, yeah. There's a really interesting article. It's very long. I'm gonna put it in the chat, but it came out pretty early. It's like a September article. It's kind of outdated now,
Hmm.
but it's about like how much Takeichi was favored by the general public in the LDP elections. I think if you're looking at like more reading, there you go, boys. I've put it in the I'll put it in the Discord as well. But if
Hmm.
you're looking at more reading, it's a very interesting article to breeze through just to see like how popular she really is when it comes to like the overall like view of you know the people, I would say,
Right. Yeah.
the voting public, forgive me. But yeah,
Yep. We'll see how it ekes out. Like,
in 3 days.
in 3 days, you'll know by Monday, I guess.
Yeah, dude. We'll be in the chat.
Not by
talking about
Monday.
that.
You'll know by
Oh,
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
You'll know next week.
We'll all know soon. But yeah. Strap in.
Yeah, because who knows where we're going, but we're going somewhere, and I think that's an improvement.
I don't know where we're going, but I'm here for the ride, dude.
Yep.
My taxes are taking me somewhere, that's all I know.
Yep.
But yeah. Bloody fantastic. Oh my god, dude. Rock us in for a landing. I think you gotta be out as well.
Yeah, I don't know if it was divine providence or not that they talked about Phantasy Star Online last week, and then I found out this morning at 5 a.m. that there is a 25th anniversary pop-up shop that started yesterday.
Yo, I get that. Sorry,
So
bro. Go get it.
that's
crazy.
where I'm going after this, but it's not. Yeah, it's not a rush. It's like it runs till November. So
Oh fuck yeah, dude.
my issue is like, is there still going to be shit there?
Good point.
But if
Are
it's
they-
running
are
for a
they
month,
handcrafted?
they got to be making more stuff or like have
Oh,
stock.
dude, 100%.
They can't just be done in a week and be like, "Yep, we're done." Close it
We're done. We're now an empty store until until November.
to November.
Enjoy.
Yeah, exactly.
Enjoy the ambiance.
Yeah.
Now you'll be fine. Smash it.
Yeah.
Right,
What
brother,
are your
I will-
plans?
I have to record an episode of YouTube video, finish the script, record it later on today, and then I'm going to. Do you know what Shibamata is?
The band?
No, there's like an area in Japan. It's called Shibamata. It's like north-ish area. I forget. Well, my friend lives there, and apparently, we always drink in various other areas of Tokyo. And he was like, "Today, you guys have to come all the way to my area because I'm always going down to your area." And we're like, "You know what? Fair enough. We'll come up to you." So we're going all the way up to him, just like see his
Shibamata.
area, hang out.
That's
Yeah,
not
kinda for a bit.
that. Well, I assume this is where it is. It's not that far from you, though. You're in
Nah, it's
Adachi,
close
right?
enough. I mean, no, I'm not there yet. I'm like around that area-ish. But yeah, it should be fine. Should be gang. But yeah, should be fine. Should be fantastic. But that's kind of my plan basically.
All right. Well, you
we
have a good one.
I will
need
do
to
you as well.
go and spend probably too much money, but hey, you know what? It's
Hell yeah, dude. Spend that money.
25 years doesn't come around
Doesn't
every
spend that money, girl.
25 years.
Fuck off. Alright, dude. I will catch you in a bit. Have a good one. Love you and leave you boys, and we'll see you as well in the next one. Good night.
Bye-bye.